So, back for another Believe in Boyt with this Obstagoon team. And Obstagoon's doing alright. It's doing alright. Durant is not doing alright. Durant is kind of the main focus of the team, even though it's an Obstagoon team. But Durant is not behaving. So, maybe I do need to be Dynamaxing Obstagoon a little bit more. Because Durant is so... But then that defeats the point. You're supposed to Dynamax to make sure that Durant can hit its moves. But there we go. Okay, pretty standard Sand team, but Dusclops looks out of place. So I am going to be going with Durant, it seems, because Durant is a very good lead here. Durant is busted here. Yeah, it's absolutely busted here. I need a way of dealing with the Dusclops as well. I don't want to lead Chandelure into Sand. That's a bit awkward. But then if I lead Chandelure into the Dusclops, I'm just sorted. I will bring Dracovish for sure. And of course I'm going to bring Obstagoon. Because that's the fun Pokemon name to bring. If he leads with Sand, awkward. If he leads with anything but Sand, I'm sorted. Could have led with the Dracovish instead of the Chandelure. But that's not quite strong enough to OHKO a Dusclops. Like, Banded Fisher's Rend is strong. Very strong. But not quite strong enough to OHKO a Dusclops. That is indeed Sand, so people have no imaginations. So I think here I'm going to just Heat Wave and Iron, like Max Steel Spike the Tyranitar, because that'll bring Excadrill down to its Sash, or do a lot of damage if the Dynamaxes. And that combination will KO the Tyranitar, so I think that's what I'm going to go for. No, actually, no, I want to KO the Excadrill, actually. I'm going to change that up completely. And... yeah, I'll Max Quake. This combination will KO a Dynamax Excadrill. And then I can just be faster than everything else and Banded Fisher's Rend it. So actually, yeah, taking care of the Excadrill is way better, because that's the only thing that would really be stopping Dracovish from doing its thing. It's a shame I'm not going to get the Defense Boost. Like, if it doesn't Dynamax the Excadrill, then it would be much better to go for a Steel Spike, because that combination would still KO. But... there we go. I'm fully expecting to lose Chandelure here. But then that gives me the paid switch into Dracovish. Didn't Dynamax. Oh, that worked out. He's going to Earthquake. That is absolutely fine with me. Just please hit the Heat Wave. So, shame I didn't Steel Spike. But Chandelure is the one that needs to be accurate now. Durant's definitely going to hit. What are you going to do, Chandelure? It's up to you to hit this one. He is Focus Sash because he is boring and doesn't know a good item on an Excadrill. Like, I don't rate Sash on Excadrill at all. You're playing Excadrill wrong if you're Sash. But then a lot of weakness policy Excadrills are popping up. Oh, that's into the Protect. Come on, Chandelure, Chandelure, Chandelure! Come on! That is so awkward. I can still go into Dracovish. I can still get the Banded Fisher's Rend into the Tyranitar, but come on. Wasn't even the Durant this time. What is up with this team and missing their moves? Alright, Steel Spike definitely KOs the Excadrill. Vicious Rend definitely KOs the Tyranitar. I'd be amazed if he Dynamaxes his Excadrill, but even if he does, it doesn't KO the Dracovish, and I will be able to Banded Vicious Rend this Tyranitar. Come on. I could have Shadow Ball to be safe, but come on. And easy to Heat Wave to cover the Dynamax. Actually, no, I didn't, because Durant would have just done so much damage. I'm pretty sure a Max Quake and a Shadow Ball, even him choosing a Defense Boost or Special Defense Boost, would surely still KO, so I could have played extra safe, but I did not, and that does not save you from the double power of Vicious Rend. So that Togekiss is gone. Because he is just Earthquaking. That is not going to KO the Dracovish. I'm going to get double KO here. +1 defenses with Durant and only defense with Dracovish, but that's still pretty good. And I'm pretty sure I still outspared the rest of his team with Dracovish. So this is just going to bop the Togekiss right now, which is very nice. It is very gone. I don't think there's too much that can survive that. Like, it must be a very small amount that can survive a banded Vicious Rend. Like, double powered. Dusclops will be one of them, so if he brings in Dusclops, I definitely double it. Now, is it going to be Dusclops? It's Sylveon. So this seems like a pretty straightforward Steel Spike and Vicious Rend. And Obstagoon is not going to be able to do anything this game. I'm pretty sure I'm not in range of Quick Attack from Sylveon, unless it's Banded Quick Attack. That would be the thing that would save him. Still waiting to see a Banded Sylveon. Would a very Sylveon be able to survive? Will a Dynamax Sylveon be able to survive, actually? Should have considered that. Maybe Obstagoon is going to have to do something. There's the Sylveon. How strong is Durant going to be? Because if he protects the T-Tar and is able to KO my Dracovish, I still need to hit a Hustle move. And we know how well Durant likes to do that. But yeah, there's the Protect. That was fair. Could have doubled the Sylveon. That was much safer. But no, very. How strong is the Steel Spike going to be? Easy. They had to be very bulky on Sylveon to be able to survive that. But that was a pretty straightforward game. It didn't matter that I missed the Heat Wave after all, but that seems to be the theme of this team, which is highly amusing. It just goes to show that you do need to be prepared, both for Durant and Dracovish. Like, he did have Sand, but I dealt with Sand pretty quickly, so that didn't matter. And then he had everything other than Excadrill under speeding. Well, maybe the Togekiss outspeed, but he switched in, so it still got doubled. So that was pretty straightforward. Really shows you do need answers to both of those Pokemon. Chandelure was useless. Chandelure, that I think, is that the first time I brought Chandelure? No, I brought it before and it got crit special defense dropped and KO by a Gothitelle. So this Chandelure has also done very poorly. After this week is done, I need to release some Pokemon because they are not performing well. Ooh. These 3 figures. Been a while since I faced one of those. Okay then. This looks like I can imprison him with Chandelure pretty easily. Because you tend to lead with Dusclops too much with this team. At least if you know what you're doing with this team. Because you're supposed to set up the Aurora Veil and then have Conkeldurr Dusclops in the back to be unkillable with the Veil. So you don't want to lead with the Dusclops. But I've seen a lot of people lead with it, which I don't think is correct. But I will lead Chandelure just in case he leads with the Dusclops. I don't want to lead with Durant because of the Incineroar. I think I'm actually going to lead with Obstagoon. Ooh, this is exciting. I will have Durant in the back because it's still amazing. And then probably still Dracovish. I think that's better than Darmanitan and Whimsicott here. But I'm hoping that I catch the Incineroar intimidating my Obstagoon. And snarl down the Lapras so it's useless. Even more useless than it normally is. Just use like Grimmsnarl for screens or use Ninetales. Ninetales is very good. Don't know why people aren't setting Veil with Ninetales and saving the Dynamax for something that's actually good. But there we go. Incineroar Lapras. That is entirely reasonable when facing down a Durant. So he's probably going to fake out the Obstagoon here. I want to switch into Dracovish for sure, because then I get a Fisher's Rend into the Incineroar slot, and that is gone. Unless it's Dusclops. But here, do I want to just eat the Fake Out? Do I want to Dynamax even though I've got Durant in the back so I can get a Max Knuckle? I don't think so. I think I will just knock off. But no, I'll knock off in case it's... Well, actually, no, Light Clay won't make a difference in this game. This game's going to be over in 5 turns, so Light Clay won't make a difference. At least this style of team tends to be done by then. But I strongly expect to take a Fake Out into the Obstagoon. And ideally a Max Geyser into the Dracovish, that's why I've made the switch in. At least he can't Freeze Dry the Dracovish, because he is going for Terminal Dynamax, or Gigantamax. But a Resonance into the Chandelure slot would be a bit awkward, because that would still do a lot of damage. I would still be able to claim my KO on the Incineroar slot, if it switches out. But, you know, I'd prefer to have a Geyser, because then that would KO a Dusclops switching in as well. Oh, just Max Guard, okay, that's fine. So what's he going for with Incineroar? Parting Shot? Throat Shot, okay. That was reasonable damage. That might put me in range of Resonance. I mean, it won't if I go for a Snarl, which is exactly what I'm doing now. But, yeah, didn't set up the rain for me, very rude. But this is still entirely reasonable. But the Incineroar slot, Incineroar don't usually carry Protect, unless it's like hard perish mode, which is reasonable. I think that's probably the best way to use Lapras. Because you might as well Veil with something else, but yeah, the Incineroar is not protecting, and it is very, very KO'd. And then the Snarl should let me survive a Resonance with the Dracovish, and then hopefully get another KO. Because I'm pretty sure everything undersped. If he brings in Sylveon, like the Snarl probably doesn't save the Dracovish from being put into quick attack range. But that's okay. Ooh, that would be very close. Very close. But if he brings in Sylveon, that is fine because I will be able to bring in Durant in the future and get a KO. If he brings in Dusclops, I just go for a knockoff and a Fisher's Rend into that slot. So that would be pretty sorted there. Here's the Sylveon. Ooh, so quick attack. I think I will switch into the Chandelure here. Will I be in range of quick attack? That'll be so close. That will be so close. Maybe the Chandelure switch in is greedy, but Dracovish is still very good. Because if I switch it in, and then I'll still... Actually, I know, I won't lose Obstagoon. If I go for a Snarl again, I'm still making him useless. And I'll take the Hyper Voice pretty easily at -1, because I've got my Assault Vest. And you wouldn't expect him to Geyser the Chandelure. He very easily could to cover the Chandelure switch in, but... I just protected, okay. That is entirely fair as well. But is he going to Geyser and bring me down to my Sash? So that would be a bit awkward if he does. But -2 on the Lapras might not even bring me down to my Sash. Might not even put me at... he did Resonance good. Yeah, not much damage at all. And he didn't set up the rain at all, so even his Hydro Pumps won't be that strong. So now I will Shadow Ball, like Heat Wave. Chandelure's already been blind. It's surely going to hit this time, and I will knock off just in case it's Weakness Policy first. And then I'll close combat it next turn. It was Weakness Policy, so... Oh, Chandelure hit this time! Well done! Hydro Pump does connect, but shouldn't do too much, but still could do it, like, it might KO. Didn't think it would, but Hyper Voice will, obviously. But now I can bring in Durant, and that did more to Obstagoon than I expected, to be fair. But, yeah, I'm pretty sorted. Like, Durant's just going to sweep now. So I'm definitely steel spiking. Am I? No. I might max. Would I attack the Lapras instead? Because well, the Lapras is -2. I just don't want him to be in a position to be able to perish on me, but I don't think he can. But because I've knocked off his weakness policy, so I can go for a steel spike into the Sylveon in close combat. I don't think it will KO the Lapras because of the Veil, but this should be pretty safe. It would have to be like Hydro Pump crit or Freeze Gyre freeze. It wouldn't be bad, but I don't want him to be Mystical Fire because that would do a lot more damage to my Durant than the Lapras should. I could Snarl again, put him at -2, and then Mystical Fire's really not doing too much. That would have been an option as well. I don't expect him to protect, which he did, but you know. I'm pretty sure I'm in a position where I don't need to predict either. Who believes in Obstagoon anyway? Like, I'm +1 attack on Obstagoon, right? He intimidated me with Incineroar. So, believe in Obstagoon. Obstagoon's surely going to get this KO on Lapras even through the Veil. Like, Obstagoon can be strong. If it's been intimidated once, then it's actually pretty reasonable, as it's just going to show right now. Yeah, I didn't need to predict at all. Just go for another Steel Spike into the Sylveon. Unless it's the Dusclops. Because then he'll go for a double protect and he will get it. Actually, how much did the Steel Spike do through the protect of the Sylveon? It was still loads, right? Might be in range of another one even if he does get a double protect. How much did it do? Yeah, I think that's still in range actually. Still has his Veil though, right? Yeah, one more turn because it wasn't like play. Now, how safe do I play? I'm pretty sure that did that much to the Sylveon through protect, right? I'm pretty sure I can go for another Steel Spike and just be fine. And even still, he has to have. Okay, fair enough. Even still, he would have had to have had Mystical Fire as well. Which he still might, but he's not getting Trip through. So that's fine. And the Veil's going to wear off as well. I'm going to find out what his item is on Sylveon as well. Have I already? Well, I guess I'm going to find out if I have already. This knockoff will still do reasonable damage. It's very reasonable damage. Just Pixie Plate, yeah, fair. And it is Mystical Fire. It does KO. That is very awkward. So I should have doubled the Dusclops. A lot better. Quite surprised that's still KO'd though. He is -1, right? But his Veil is gone. Knockoff will KO the Sylveon. It's just if he has Quick Attack or not. If he has Quick Attack, that is incredibly awkward. I will Vicious Rend the Dusclops. I'm confident that will KO and I will knock off the Sylveon. Mystical Fire isn't very common on Sylveon anymore. I am still surprised that KO'd. So it wasn't even Life Orb or anything boosted. He was definitely -1, right? Oh, he did have Quick Attack. No! Oh, I attacked the Obstagoon. Oh, and he didn't even KO. Obstagoon's a beast. Let's go. Sylveon is gone. There's no way Dusclops survives this. I know Dusclops is a Dusclops, but this is banded Vicious Rend. Very nice, very nice. We don't even get to find out, of course. But, yeah. Should have Quick Attacked the Dracovish. Don't think I would have KO based on the damage he did to Obstagoon, but that was alright. That was alright. Got a bit sticky at the end, because he did have Mystical Fire and Ally Switch, but then what Dusclops doesn't have Ally Switch? Well, actually, no. To be fair, most Dusclops on Lapras teams don't have Ally Switch, because they have Pain Split and Haze, which make total sense on the team, so there isn't room for Ally Switch. But there we go. Actually hit some moves that time. So, got one more episode with this team. What's the record going to be? Right, oh, actually no, I didn't hustle attack this time, so I'm still going to be 2 for 6 on the hustle moves. Maybe I'll have to do some in the future. I don't want to have to, but we will see what the record is at the end, because Chandelure is already 2 for 3 on a 90% accurate move. But we'll just keep missing our moves in the future episodes. Thanks for watching.